Good morning, students. Previous class we discussed ionic or electrovalent bond. What is ionic bond and what are the important points involved in the formation of ionic bond, some examples and factors involving the ionic bond in that formation of cation and formation of anion and most favorable conditions for the formation of ionic compounds by combining these two. These concepts are already discussed in previous class, and today's discussion is one more important concept in ionic bonding is lattice enthalpy or crystal lattice energy. Crystal lattice energy or lattice enthalpy. This is also a factor which affects the formation of ionic bond. Then what is meant by crystal lattice energy or simply lattice energy or lattice enthalpy? It is the amount of energy required to break or dissociate 1 mole of ionic compound into its constituent gaseous ions. 1 mole of ionic solid is dissociated into its constituent gaseous ions. The amount of energy required for this is called lattice energy, and the lattice energy is denoted by a symbol capital U, and the unit is joule per mole or kilojoule per mole is the unit. The lattice energy is the amount of energy required to dissociate 1 mole of ionic compound into its constituent gaseous ions. That is nothing but lattice energy or lattice enthalpy. Lattice energy is nothing but it is the amount of energy required to dissociate or break 1 mole of ionic solid or ionic compound into its constituent gaseous ions. For example, let us consider sodium chloride. It is an ionic solid and dissociated into its constituent gaseous ions like gaseous Na plus ion and gaseous Cl minus ion, and the amount of energy, that is U, is lattice energy. And the lattice energy is always a positive value. Lattice energy is a positive value. Lattice energy is positive value and it is denoted by a symbol capital U. And this lattice energy cannot be determined directly. This lattice energy of ionic solid cannot be determined directly, but the experimental values obtained by thermodynamic data by Born-Haber cycle, the lattice energy is calculated. That is, in the thermodynamic data, the experimental values are used by using Born-Haber cycle. The lattice energy of ionic solid is calculated and the obtained value is negative, and that is converted into positive value. That Born-Haber cycle is, let us consider Born-Haber cycle. The lattice energy is calculated by using Born-Haber cycle. In this, ionic compound is for sodium chloride ionic compound is formed by 1 mole of sodium solid and half mole of gaseous chlorine combined to get ionic solid NaCl. And this is called enthalpy of formation. This is called the amount of energy released during 1 mole of ionic crystal is formed from sodium element and chlorine gas is called enthalpy of formation. And the indirect method for the calculation of lattice enthalpy by using Born-Haber cycle is this sodium metal is solid sodium metal is converted into its gaseous atom, and the amount of energy, the enthalpy required to convert solid into gas is nothing but enthalpy of sublimation. This is called enthalpy of sublimation. And this gaseous sodium atom loses its valence electron and gets converted into gaseous ion, that is Na plus, and this energy is called enthalpy of ionization energy. Similarly, the chlorine molecule is dissociated into gaseous chlorine atom. One molecule containing 2 chlorine atoms, and it dissociated into only one gaseous chlorine, and the amount of energy, that is nothing but enthalpy of dissociation. Then this gaseous chlorine atom accepts 1 electron from sodium and gets converted into gaseous chloride ion, and this is called enthalpy of electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. And these two gaseous Na plus and Cl minus ions combine to form 1 mole of an ionic solid, and this enthalpy is called lattice enthalpy. And this lattice enthalpy is a negative value, and we define lattice enthalpy is nothing but the 1 mole of ionic solid is dissociated into its constituent gaseous ions. The amount of energy is nothing but lattice energy, and it is always a positive value. And the obtained value is negative, and the reaction is exactly reverse of this, and the enthalpy change is converted into positive value for dissociation of 1 mole of ionic solid into its constituent gaseous ion is converted into positive value. This obtained value is negative and the reaction is exactly reverse. Then the lattice enthalpy is reversed and it becomes positive value. And this is the Born-Haber cycle for the calculation of lattice enthalpy of NaCl, that's value is plus 788 kilojoule per mole. For sodium chloride ionic crystal, their lattice enthalpy is plus 788 kilojoule per mole. And the indirect method for the calculation of lattice energy by using Born-Haber cycle by using thermodynamic data, experimental values of thermodynamic data, by using Born-Haber cycle lattice enthalpy is calculated. This is about lattice enthalpy. And lattice enthalpy is a direct measure of electrostatic forces of attraction among the contributing or combining ions in an ionic solid. It is a direct measure of electrostatic forces of attraction among the combining ions or contributing ions. It direct measures of electrostatic forces of attraction. Lattice energy is a direct measure of electrostatic forces of attraction among the constituent ions in an ionic bond. Positive and negative ions, between positive and negative ion there is an electrostatic force of attraction that was directly measured by lattice energy or lattice enthalpy. And this lattice enthalpy increases. The lattice enthalpy of ionic compound is increases, then the stability of ionic compound is more. Higher the value of lattice enthalpy, higher value of lattice enthalpy, greater the stability of, greater the stability of ionic compound. Ionic compounds are more stable means their lattice value is high. That indicates higher the value of lattice enthalpy, more the stability of ionic compound. And the lattice enthalpy or lattice energy is inversely proportional to the sum of radii of cation and anions in the compound. The lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to sum of radii of cations and radii of anions. Rc means cationic radii, Ra means anionic radii. The lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to sum of the radii of cations and anions in the compound. And the lattice enthalpy increases. The lattice enthalpy or the stability of ionic compound increases with increase in the lattice enthalpy. And in this case, the lattice enthalpy is also depends on two important factors. Lattice enthalpy depends on two important factors. First one is size of ions. The lattice enthalpy depends on size of ions. The lattice enthalpy increases as the size of the ions decreases. Size of the ion decreases. From this relation, the lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to sum of the radii of cations and anions in the compound. And lattice energy increases as the size of cation or anion decreases. Anion athwa cation the radii decrease aitu antandre lattice enthalpy is increases. Lattice enthalpy increases as the size of cation or size of anion decreases. For example, let us consider alkali fluorides, alkali metal fluorides. For example, let us consider lithium fluoride, sodium fluoride, potassium fluoride, rubidium fluoride, cesium fluoride. In these examples, the size of anion remains constant, that is fluoride ion, and the cationic size is gradually increases. Cationic size gradually increases means their lattice enthalpy decreases. Size increases, lattice enthalpy decreases, and the order of lattice enthalpy in these examples is in this order, because the size of cation is gradually increases from lithium to cesium. As the size of cation or anion increases, lattice enthalpy decreases. Similarly, let us consider lithium halides, lithium fluoride, lithium chloride, lithium bromide, lithium iodide. Lithium fluoride, lithium chloride, lithium bromide and lithium iodide. In these examples, the cation remains constant and anion is different, and those are halides, same group, and the anionic size increases from fluoride ion to iodide ion. As the size of anion or cation increases, lattice enthalpy decreases, and the lattice enthalpies of these compounds is in this order. Because the size of fluoride ion is small, its lattice enthalpy is more. Size of chloride ion is smaller than bromide as well as iodide ion, and its lattice enthalpy is more than that of these two compounds, like this. Then second factor is charge on the ion. Charge on the ions. Here the lattice enthalpy increases as the charge on the ion increases. Charge increases, lattice enthalpy or lattice energy increases. Lattice energy increases as the charge on the ion increases. Charge on the ion increases, then the lattice enthalpy is also increases. For example, let us consider sodium fluoride, magnesium oxide, aluminum nitride. These are the three compounds. In this, the charge of cation as well as anion same, that is +1 -1. In case of magnesium oxide, the charge on the cation is +2 and anion is -2. In case of aluminum nitride, the charge on the cation is +3 and charge on the anion is -3. As the charge on the ion increases, their lattice enthalpy is also increases, and their order of increasing the lattice enthalpy is like this, because aluminum nitride having higher lattice enthalpy than magnesium oxide because their charges are more. Charge increases, lattice enthalpy increases. This is about lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy is nothing but it is the amount of energy required to dissociate or break the 1 mole of ionic compound into its constituent gaseous ions. That is nothing but lattice enthalpy. For example, sodium chloride ionic crystal dissociated into its constituent gaseous ions Na plus gaseous ion and Cl minus gaseous ion, and the amount of energy required is nothing but lattice energy. Required means it is always a positive value, and for sodium chloride it is plus 788 kilojoule per mole energy, and this lattice enthalpy cannot be measured directly, but the experimental values obtained from thermodynamic data by using Bohr-Haber cycle, it can be calculated in direct method. And the calculation of lattice enthalpy of sodium chloride is like this by using Bohr-Haber cycle, and it is a reverse of this equation, and the obtained value is negative, and by reversing this thermodynamic equation, the change in energy is also changes its sign and it becomes positive value. And the lattice enthalpy is a direct measure of electrostatic forces of attraction among the constituent ions in the ionic bond. As the ionic character increases with increase in their lattice enthalpy, or lattice enthalpy increases, the stability of ionic compound is increases. And the in ionic compounds, lattice enthalpy or lattice energy is inversely proportional to sum of radii of cations and anions in the compound, and the lattice enthalpy depends on two important factors. First one is size of ions based on this equation. the size lattice enthalpy increases as the size of cations or anions decreases. Kadime agbe. For example, alkali fluorides and lithium halides. In these examples, here the anion is remains constant, and in this case cation is remains constant, and cationic size increases in this case and anionic size increases in this case, and the lattice enthalpy is decreases from lithium fluoride to cesium fluoride, and here also lithium fluoride to lithium iodide lattice enthalpy decreases. Second one is charge on ions. The lattice enthalpy increases as the charge on the ion increases. For example, sodium fluoride, magnesium oxide and aluminum nitride, the charge increases, their lattice enthalpy is also increases. This completes the ionic bonding. Next we will start covalent bonding. Okay. Next is second type of chemical bonding, that is covalent bond. As we already discussed in the introductory part, Kosel explained the formation of electrovalent or ionic bond, and Lewis explained the formation of covalent bond. Then what is meant by covalent bond? How it can be defined? In the covalent bonding, in ionic bonding, complete transfer of electrons takes place from one atom to another atom. The atom with lower ionization energy to high electron affinity atom, electron is transferred. But in covalent bond, the bond formed between two atoms by mutual sharing of electrons. The bond formed by mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms, that is nothing but covalent bond. Covalent bond is nothing but mutual sharing of electrons. The bond formed by the mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms, that is nothing but covalent bond. In covalent bonding, mutual sharing of electrons takes place. Mutual sharing. The electrons are shared between two bonded atoms and the electrons are equally shared. Covalent bond is nothing but the ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬೈ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟೂ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಎರಡು ಆಟಮ್ ನಡು ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಲೆವೇಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ electrovalent theory of valence, electrovalent theory of electrons. Then some of the important points in covalent bonding. Covalent bond is formed between two atoms having same electronegativity or whose electronegativity difference is very less. Very less means that is less than 1.7. Because the electronegativity difference is more than 1.7, the compounds are called as ionic compounds. First point in this bonding, covalent bond is formed between two atoms having same electronegativity or whose electronegativity, En means electronegativity, difference is very less. Difference is very less or very low. The covalent bonds form between two atoms. ಎರಡು atom ನಡುವೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ covalent bond formation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. The covalent bond formed between two atoms having same electronegativity or whose electronegativity difference is very low. This is the first point. Second point is the bonded atoms are short of one or more electrons. These bonded atoms are short of one or more electrons than the next inert gas configuration. ಇವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಕಿಂತನೂ ಒನ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ದ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ bonded atoms short of one or more electrons than the next inert gas configuration. Next inert gas configuration ಕಿಂತನೂ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ one or more electrons are short, and this is the second point. ಎಷ್ಟು electron short ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು electron sharing ಆಗ್ತಾವ. Third point is the bonded atoms contribute equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು electrons ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ sharing ಆಗ್ತಾವ. The bonded atoms equally shared, the bonded atoms contribute equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. ಎರಡು atom ನಡು equal number of electrons sharing ಆಗ್ತಾವ. Third point is bonded atom contributes equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. ಎರಡು atom ನಡು equal ಆಗಿ electrons ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ sharing ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This is the third point. Then fourth point is the number of electrons contributed by an atom for the bond formation, that is nothing but covalency ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Electrovalency studied in ionic bonding. The number of electrons transferred, lost or gained by an atom during the formation of ionic compound or ionic bond is called electrovalency. In covalent bonding or covalent bond, the number of electrons contributed by an atom for the bond formation, that is nothing but covalency. Covalency is nothing but number of electrons contributed by an atom for the bond formation. That is nothing but covalency. Number of electrons contributed by an atom in the for the bond formation, that is nothing but electrovalency. Then next point is, every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve nearest noble gas configuration. Every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve stable nearest inert gas configuration. ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಅವು ಎಂಥ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? their electronegativity difference is very low, that is nothing but less than 1.7 or same electronegativity. Next point is, every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve the nearest inert gas configuration. This is the next point. The number of every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve the nearest noble gas configuration or inert gas configuration. Inert gas configuration attain ಆಗೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ every atom forms covalent bond. Next point is the number of covalent bonds formed between two atoms is equal to number of unpaired electrons present in the outermost cell or the number of electrons required to attain the inert gas configuration. ಎಷ್ಟು covalent bond formation ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is equal to number of unpaired electrons in their valence cell or the number of electrons required to attain next noble gas configuration. Noble gas configuration attain ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು electron ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ number of unpaired electrons present in their valence cell, that is nothing but number of covalent bonds on that atom. Number of covalent bonds formed by an atom is equal to the number of unpaired electrons present in the outermost shell or orbit or number of electrons required to attain inert gas configuration. Inert gas configuration attain ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು electrons ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ number of valence electrons in their outermost cell, that is nothing but number of covalent bonds formed by an atom. Then last point is, when two atoms share one electron pair, two atoms share one electron pairs, the obtained bond is called single bond. ಎರಡು ಆಟಮ್ ನಡುವೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಆಬ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. When two atoms share one electron pair, the obtained bond is called single bond. It is denoted by a single arrow, single slash. Then when two atoms shares two electron pairs, the obtained bond is share two electron pairs, the obtained bond is called double bond. That is represented like this. Two atoms share three electron pairs. Three electron pairs, the obtained bond is called triple bond. That is called a triple bond. These are the important points in the covalent bonding. Covalent bonding is nothing but the bond formed by mutual sharing of one or more electrons between two atoms, that is called covalent bonding. And covalent bond is formed between two atoms having same electronegativity or whose electronegativity difference is very low. Second point is the bonded atoms short of one or more electrons than the next inert gas configuration. The bonded atoms are short one or more electrons than the next inert gas configuration. And the bonded atoms contributes equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. The bonded atoms contributes equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. Then covalency is nothing but the number of electrons contributed by an atom for the bond formation, that is nothing but covalency. And next point is every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve the nearest inert gas configuration, because except noble gases remaining atoms are not showing stable configuration. These are short of some electrons to attain noble gas configuration, and to attain noble gas configuration every atom forms covalent bond. Then next is the number of covalent bonds formed by an atom is equal to number of unpaired electrons present in an outermost cell, or the number of electrons required to attain inert gas configuration. That is nothing but number of bonds formed by an atom. Then when two atoms share one electron pair, then the obtained bond is called single bond. When two atoms share two electron pairs, then the obtained bond is called a double bond. When two atoms share three electron pairs, then the obtained bond is called a triple bond. Let us see here some of the examples of covalent bond. We will see examples. First example is H2 molecule. In H2 molecule, the electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1, and in their valence shell only one electron is present, and in H2 molecule there are two hydrogen atoms are present and each hydrogen atom shares one electron with another hydrogen atom. Each hydrogen atom sharing one electron, and between hydrogen one covalent, single covalent bond is formed. For example, this is one hydrogen atom and this is another hydrogen atom containing valence electrons, and the valence electrons of first hydrogen atom and second hydrogen atoms are differentiated by dot and cross. And mutual sharing of electrons between two hydrogen atom, a single bond is formed and it attains a stable inert gas configuration, that is a helium. Helium configuration is attained by each hydrogen atoms. Mutual sharing, and between hydrogen one single bond is formed, and this bond is formed by sharing of one electron pair. One electron pair means two electrons are required to form one bond, and this is called one electron pair, one bonding electron pairs, and this is attains helium configuration. Helium configuration. Let us consider second example, that is Cl2 molecule. In chlorine atom, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Its valence shell containing 3s2, 3p5. There are 7 valence electrons, and out of 7 valence electrons, only one unpaired electron is present, and each chlorine atom containing one unpaired electron, and these unpaired electrons are mutual sharing takes place to form one covalent, single covalent bond is formed between two chlorine atom. After formation of covalent bond, these attains stable noble gas configuration, argon configuration attain aagtade. For example, say here, there are two chlorine atoms. Each chlorine atom contains 7 valence electrons, and out of 7 valence electrons, only one unpaired electron is present, and the mutual sharing of one unpaired electron of each chlorine combines to form a covalent bond. Cl, one covalent bond is formed, and the mutual sharing of electron takes place. See here, in this circle 2, 4, 6, these two electrons are involved in both the atoms. N electron adu. Illi nodri 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. After mutual sharing of electron, each chlorine atom attains argon configuration. Argon configuration in antandre attain aaytu. And between chlorine, one single bond is formed because it shares one electron pair. One electron pair in antandre sharing agite. Another example is third example, O2 molecule. Let us consider oxygen molecule. The electronic configuration of oxygen atom is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. In their valence shell, 6 electrons are there, and out of 6 electrons, 2 are unpaired electrons. And each oxygen atom shares 2 electrons and form 2 bonds, double bond is formed between 2 oxygen atom. The electronic configuration of oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. There are 6 valence electrons. Out of 6 valence electrons, 2 electrons are unpaired. And these unpaired electrons of each oxygen atom, mutual sharing takes place to form oxygen-oxygen double bond. See here, oxygen containing 6 valence electron, another oxygen containing 6 valence electrons, and the mutual sharing of 2 electrons by each oxygen atom, it forms oxygen-oxygen double bond. Oxygen-oxygen ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ double bond ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ formation. Because it shares 2 electron pairs and form double bond between 2 oxygen atoms. Then fourth example is N2 molecule. Let us consider nitrogen molecule. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, and there are 5 valence electrons are there, and out of 5, 3 electrons are unpaired. Covalent bond is formed by an atom that is equal to ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು number of unpaired electrons ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ number of electrons required to attain inert gas configuration. Here 3 unpaired electrons, here 2 unpaired electrons, and 2 bonds are formed. Then each nitrogen atom contains 5 valence electrons, and the mutual sharing of 3 electron pairs to form triple bond between 2 nitrogen atom. Between nitrogen triple bond is formed because of sharing of 3 electron pairs. ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪೇರ್ದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡನೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪೇರ್ದಿಂದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್, ಮೂರನೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪೇರ್ದಿಂದ ಮೂರನೇ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ electron pairs are shared between 2 atoms, that is equal to number of covalent bonds. Another example, H2O molecule. In this oxygen, the electronic configuration of oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, and hydrogen is 1s1. In their hydrogen, valence shell containing only 1 electron, and in oxygen, valence shell containing 6 electrons, and out of 6 electrons, 2 are unpaired electrons. And during the formation of covalent bond, all the atoms attains inert gas configuration. All atoms inert gas configuration attain ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ after mutual sharing of electron. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ 2 4 6 8 2 4 6 8. The mutual sharing of electrons takes place to form covalent bond to attain inert gas configuration. And in water molecule, oxygen containing 2 unpaired electrons, and each unpaired electron of oxygen is shared with 2 hydrogen atoms. Here this is the oxygen atom, this one is hydrogen atom. Each unpaired electron of oxygen is sharing its electron with one hydrogen atom. This form duplet configuration. Each hydrogen atom attains helium configuration and oxygen atom attains neon configuration. Illela enpa antandre neon configuration attain agtam. Neon configuration. Here also neon configuration is attained. Here also oxygen attains neon configuration and hydrogen attains helium configuration. Similarly, in case of ammonia molecule, in ammonia, nitrogen containing 5 valence electrons, and out of 5 valence electrons 3 are unpaired and 2 are completely paired electrons. And these paired electrons are not involved in the bond formation, and these are called as non-bonding electrons or lone pairs ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ನಾಗ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, those are called as non-bonding electrons or lone pair of electrons. Another example is NH3 molecule. NH3 molecule. Here nitrogen, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Hydrogen is 1s1. Hydrogen attaining stable noble gas configuration, it requires 1 electron. For nitrogen, 3 electrons are required to attain next noble gas configuration, that is neon. And in this, each hydrogen shares its valence electron with nitrogen atom containing 3 unpaired electrons, or 3 unpaired electrons in nitrogen share with 3 hydrogen atoms to form, this is duplet configuration, and this is the octet configuration. Hydrogen attains helium configuration and nitrogen attains neon configuration. Then some more examples like CO2 molecule. In carbon dioxide molecule, carbon containing 4 valence electrons and oxygen containing 6 valence electrons, and out of 6, 2 are unpaired, and 2 unpaired electrons of oxygen atoms mutual sharing with carbon atom of 2 electrons, and other 2 electrons of carbon atoms are mutual sharing with 2 unpaired electrons of other oxygen atoms and forming, this is carbon, this is oxygen, these having 4 unpaired electrons, and each oxygen is shares its valence electrons. 2 valence electrons are shared by carbon atom. This oxygen attains noble gas configuration, then carbon is also attains noble gas configuration, and carbon as well as oxygen atoms attains the neon configuration. Similarly, in case of C2H4, in ethylene molecule, to satisfy the octet rule or octet condition, between carbon-carbon double bond is formed. Between carbon-carbon double bond is formed. Between carbon-carbon double bond is formed and hydrogen attains duplet configuration and carbon attains octet configuration. This is structure of ethylene. Similarly, acetylene is also forms carbon-carbon triple bond to satisfy the octet. C2H2 molecule. In C2H2 molecule, to satisfy the octet condition, the between carbon-carbon triple bond is formed. That is, each carbon atom shares 3 electrons with other carbon atom, and between carbon-carbon triple bond is formed, and one single bond is formed with hydrogen atom, and this is the acetylene molecule or ethine. Okay, these are the some of the examples of covalent bonding. Covalent bonding is nothing but the bond is formed by mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms is called covalent bond, and some of the important points in covalent bonds are, first point is the covalent bond is formed between two atoms having same electronegativity or whose electronegativity difference is very low, that is less than 1.7. And second point is the bonded atoms are short of one or more electrons than the next inert gas configuration. One or more electrons in pandra kadime irtava. Then the bonded atoms contributes equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. The bonded atoms contributes equal number of electrons and equally shared between two atoms. Next is the number of electrons contributed by an atom for the bond formation, that is nothing but covalency. The next point is every atom forms covalent bond in order to achieve stable nearest inert gas configuration, because these having short of one or more electrons to achieve inert gas configuration. And the number of covalent bonds formed by an atom is always equal to number of unpaired electrons present in an outermost cell or the number of electrons required to attain the inert gas configuration. And next point is when two atoms shares one electron pairs, then the obtained bond is called single bond. When two atoms shares two electron pairs, then the obtained bond is called double bond. When two atoms shares 3 electron pairs, then the obtained bond is called triple bond. For example, one more example, that is HCl. Let us consider another example, HCl molecule. In HCl molecule, hydrogen containing 1 valence electron, chlorine containing 7 valence electrons, and out of 7 valence electron only 1 unpaired electron, and this unpaired electron is sharing with hydrogen atom to form single covalent bond, and between hydrogen and chlorine one bond, covalent bond is formed by mutual sharing of 1 electron pair. And From these examples, we can easily calculate the covalency of atom. For example, let us consider in H2, Cl2, O2, N2, HCl, H2O, NH3, then consider these molecules. We can easily calculate the covalency of each atom in these molecules. For example, in hydrogen, the covalency of hydrogen is 1 because it shares only one electron, or it contributes only one electron, and its covalency of hydrogen is equal to 1. Then in the second case, Cl, the covalency of Cl is also 1 because it shares only one electron, or it contributes only one electron. In case of oxygen, oxygen means here HCl, H2O, O2, H2O, N2. Okay. H2, Cl2 and HCl, the covalency of hydrogen as well as chlorine is only 1 because each atom shares or contributes only one electron and its covalency is 1. In case of oxygen, both in water as well as O2 molecule, covalency of oxygen is 2 because it contributes 2 electrons. By contributing 2 electrons, between oxygen double bond is formed, and in water molecule it contributes 1 electron with 1 hydrogen and other electron with other hydrogen atom, and 2 oxygen hydrogen single bonds are formed and its covalency is 2. In case of nitrogen, in both N2 as well as NH3, nitrogen shares or contributes 3 electrons. It contributes 3 electrons and its covalency of nitrogen is 3. In N2 molecule, nitrogen triple bond is formed, but in case of NH3, nitrogen forms 3 NH single bonds. Nitrogen forming 3 covalent bonds with hydrogen atoms, those are single bonds, and the contribution of electrons in NH3 as well as N2, nitrogen contributes only 3 electrons and its covalency is 3. Like this, the covalency can be easily calculated by sharing or contribution of electrons. Okay, this is the covalent bond and some examples. In next class, we will discuss some important concepts, that is Lewis dot, structures and formal charge. Okay, thank you.